Good morning, everyone. Miss B here with Miss B's Reviews. Well, this morning I won't be doing a one particular review. What I'm going to do is give my thoughts on yesterday's skits. I'm not sure about anybody else, but I found it odd yesterday that Wayne was like kind of all over the place. And he gave us skits that some of them were just like, okay, so Wayne, why did we need to see that? Or why did we need that? Or why did we do that? Or why were you doing this? So I think, and this is just my thoughts, everybody has a different way that they look at these skits, and everybody has their different theories. But I'm thinking that yesterday Wayne was setting up the storylines that will be going toward the future. So I felt like, for example, with him showing a skit of Iman and Roan telling about their feelings for Shayla and Piari, it's setting up the storyline that those will be couples, and these are the couples, our new couples, that we're going to have to look forward to. Now, we've already been seeing a lot of Piari in Rome, so they've already developing that. So next will be Shayla and Iman. I don't know how they're going to weave it, but somehow they're going to weave it. Don't know. Chase and Maggie. He was at Chase's all day yesterday, and they had Candace playing the jealous wife, the wife that is insecure all day. And him and Candace going back and forth. Candace like, I'm trying to protect my husband. I don't want you around these people because they're single and they do this and they do that. And then they bring Maggie in. Now, we know Maggie is kind of feeling Chase. And even if she isn't, she's doing it out of spite for Candace, because Candace stepped to her and told her, basically, stay out of my husband's face. So I think he's setting up something between Maggie and Chase. And he was hinting at Chase, oh, you like her, he kept saying things like that to Chase. And of course, then Maggie comes around the back fence. I don't know what's with that, but eventually there's going to be something between Maggie and Chase. Anthony. Him and Anthony are sitting down having a conversation about David. Anthony, why are you going still? Why do you go to Wayne to talk about your personal business with your wife? You have not forgiven Amber for being with Wayne, but you keep going to Wayne to tell him about your business. It doesn't make sense to me. Not at all. But what we got out of that skit with him in the chef, is she said Anthony doesn't want a child with his wife. It seems like that to a lot of us, that basically we understand why he doesn't want David, because he has his own son and he really isn't caring. And he doesn't care that Amber wanted David. So I believe that we're setting that relationship up to end. So when he told her to leave and she's like, she ain't leaving yet, they're setting that one up to end so that we won't be disappointed when it happens. Some of us will be happy when it happens. Bethany, Larry, and Brooke. Okay, and I know this is one of Chase's, but it's showing now that they're trying to, probably because Bethany has been clashing with Brooke so much to the point where, of course, they start getting more attention. But I think they're going to try to soften Bethany a little bit. They're going to try to take her down a notch, just because now they're going to have Natasha represent her in court, and to soften her up a little with Brooke, because if not, then the other thing I think that's going to happen is they're going to have Shara and Larry crossing the line, because Bethany's beside herself. And the other thing with Wayne has his new target in Tamara. That's his new target. and they are hell-bent against Wayne being, and not hell-bent against, but Shayla and Delicia were just like floored yesterday with all of those roses. And you could see the jealousy on Delicia's face. Okay, so like I said yesterday, Delicia, you had your shot and you didn't take it. You decided you were going to play hard to get. It's not Tamara's fault that you were playing hard to get. And she doesn't owe you any allegiance. You are Shayla's friend. You are not her friend. And basically, Wayne did it in your face. He said when you were standing right there when he started trying to get Tamara's telephone number and everything from her. So yeah, I was like, that's his new, that's Wayne's new target. And basically the other thing I noticed, I was like, we have 2 married men in these skits that have not messed up yet. And Larry and Chase. And it looks like Chase is on his way and Larry may be on his way. But those are my thoughts on the skits that they did yesterday, because of course, Piari and Ron have like become central to the whole storyline because we see them all the time. And we see less of Amber and Anthony. And of course, we're not going to see Anthony and Shayla just yet. So I don't know how that relationship is going to pan out right now. But it's going to be that Anthony and Shayla are going to go back because of Kai, or I almost believe that Amber will wind up leaving him or he'll leave her. One of the two. And I see this morning's skit is Shayla and Delicia are telling Wayne to stop playing with Tamara. Maybe he's not playing, but I'll watch the skit and try to review it right before I leave the house this morning. But thank you guys for stopping by. I just wanted to get my thoughts in and get my thoughts on record because of, like I said, we all have different thoughts and different, we all look at these skits differently. So each person's review that you go to will have a different spin on it because we have different experiences. Also, I will be out most of the day today, so I won't come back and do another review until later this evening because I have appointments all day. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.